Are you guys ready for the story? Okay, it's a scary story. All right. Olive and Avi were walking to school. It was Olive and Avi's first day of pre-K. Olive was going to keep Avery safe on the way to school. Bye, they shouted as they left their house. This is great, Avi said as they walked down the block. The sun was shining, the flowers were out. They turned the corner. That's when they saw it. They saw the end.
What? What did they see?
Is it mean if Mommy doesn't tell you? Writers, today I want to teach you that readers and listeners love satisfying endings. Satisfying is a fancy word for when you feel happy because you got exactly what you wanted. One way writers create satisfying endings for their readers or listeners is by telling what happens to their characters at the end of their story. This can make your readers and listeners satisfied. So, how do we make a satisfying ending? Well, the best way to do it is to get your characters out of trouble. Make a list of all the different ways your character gets out of trouble. Here's my example. In my story, a little girl climbs up into her big sister's treehouse, and she realizes she's scared of heights, so she has a very hard time coming down. So I'm going to go ahead and list a couple of ideas on how I'm going to get my character out of trouble. Number 1, perhaps her mom comes to the rescue. Or perhaps she builds courage and makes a list of ways to come down on her own and conquers her fear of heights. Or 3, maybe she falls asleep crying and then dreams of her sister telling her what to do. So after a lot of thought, I decided I'm going to go with number 1. Mom comes to the rescue. So I'm going to pick number 1 to write about. Now, in my book, I could just write, Mom comes to the rescue. The end. But I don't think my readers and my listeners would feel satisfied with that ending. So I'm going to go ahead and give you 3 tips. Action, dialogue, feeling. If you add action to your sentences and dialogue, which means people talking, and feeling words, your ending will become a little more satisfying for your readers. For my action, I could write that Mom hears the little sister crying and races towards the treehouse.
Mom races toward the treehouse.
I could also add more. I could add that perhaps the little girl spreads her arms out yelling, Mommy, help me! And that would be a great dialogue, because dialogue is the part where people are talking. So you're going to add this part like this, the quotation marks, and you can write something like,
Mom, help me. I'm scared.
and then maybe Mom also says something, so you can add another quotation. This is Mom's quotation.
Don't worry. I'll fix you.
Or maybe you can make it interesting and have mommy yelling at her, "Why did you go up there?" And then a feeling word.
Seeing Mom. Seeing Mom. Read.
And I'm going to name the little girl Meg.
Seeing Mom made Meg feel
Safe and calm. I was going to write happy, but I don't think she's happy yet. I feel like maybe she's a little calmer. I'm pretty sure your readers are going to love all these details about how you get your character out of trouble, no matter where you are in your writing process, whether you're at the end or the beginning or the middle. Today, try to focus on getting your characters out of trouble by creating sentences that involve lots of action, dialogue, characters speaking, and lots of feeling words. And that way, you'll be creating satisfying endings.